Hello guys, Botworld Adventure releases today. I've played the game for about 3 months and just yesterday I finished the main storyline. I still have plenty of stuff to do, but it's a cool milestone and I think I can tell you a lot about the game if you are wondering if you should play it or not, because if the game releases today I assume that there will be some ads and so on, many players that will wonder if the game is for them, and that's what I would like to answer in this video. I won't try to tell you just play the game, it's great. I will just talk about the most popular concerns people might have over the game, like PvP, online grouping, how fast the game is it short, is it long, is it pay to win, that kind of stuff. My answers will help you decide if you should try this game out or not. Overall, I recommend the game, but as I've said, I will try to be objective when I'm answering the most popular concerns. I will start by describing the game shortly, then I will get to positives and what I love about it, in my opinion, then I will talk about the negatives, and that will hopefully let you decide if you should play it or not. So enjoy and let's start. First of all, Botworld Adventure is a very weird mix of genres. It's a mix of auto battler like Dota Underlords or Teamfight Tactics with like a Zelda style of exploring some open world when you encounter enemies. Personally, I very like the gameplay when it comes to fighting, because it's not too much clicking, but it's very strategic and you can really show your skill. And still, even if there is not much clicking because you just set your pieces up and they fight themselves, there is still a lot of quick thinking about abilities which you need to use. So if you dig that kind of gameplay fighting, which is somewhat automatic but not so much, I think that's a game for you, probably. Personally, I love how immersive the world is, and the setting is also pretty interesting. I won't spoil much about the story, because playing the storyline is pretty fun as well. Actually, I've just finished the storyline like yesterday, and you can watch a video on it, but that's a heavy spoiler obviously. So yeah, I advise doing it yourself. It's pretty fun, but yeah, when it comes to the world, it really reacts on the stuff you are doing, and it also feels very alive, like the NPCs in the town running around, having some stuff to do. So I know that for a lot of players it's important if the game is online or not. And you might wonder if it's an MMORPG, can you play with other players? As of now, you cannot. It's more like offline experience, really. Obviously, there are some stuff that you can do with other players. For example, like Arena, where you can fight against team comps of other players. But outside of that, it's not online, it's not possible right now to play with others. And yeah, when it comes to the arena, you are playing against enemies that are controlled by the AI, so it's not real time. So if you were concerned about that, here's the answer. What hooked me the most to the game is collecting the bots, and upgrading them, and there is a max level of 25 for each bot. And I must say, after level 20, it's pretty easy to get to level 20, but to progress from level 20, it's a really long time. So even if I finished storyline, still I have a lot to do when I'm waiting for another content patch for the game, because there will be, and developers just started out, it's just the release, so there are patches coming in. But yeah, I still have a lot to do in order to prepare for the patches. Like I can further upgrade my bots, and I must say I love the aspect of that, because it feels like Pokemon. You are collecting these bots and upgrading them. It's quite fun, although collecting bots could be a little bit more fun, because it's not like in Pokemon where you can catch them or something. It's just completely random if you get them as a loot from enemies or not. Some other bots are available from specific sources only. So it could be a little bit more fun, but still you get the satisfaction of collecting most of the bots or all bots in the game. I must agree, it's pretty hooking. When it comes to open world aspect, I like the zones a lot. So every zone is somewhat unique and has different traps that make the gameplay a little bit more interesting. As you can see, the zones are pretty big, each of them, and You know, there's plenty to discover here and farm resources as well, but perhaps the best thing for me is the fact that the previous zones will scale to your level -3. So as you can see, the lowest possible level of enemy can be 18 in my case. You can see my level here. And this is the very starter zone. So if you really like this zone or any other in the game, you can revisit it and you will get full loot, because yeah, the only penalty you get is for the AI XP and it isn't big. When it comes to loot, the loot will be exactly the same like in high level zones. So if you really like some zone you've been playing and you progressed further, you can still come back and farm it at any time, and it's something I appreciate. Oh, and I'm playing on an emulator and the game is running fine on BlueStacks, and I think once the game releases, so today, I think it should be available for many different emulators, and hopefully I will find some which works better, because on BlueStacks it's stuttering a bit for me. If you wondered about that, here's the answer. I know that very interesting topic is always pay to win when it comes to mobile games. Is the game pay to win? And when it comes to Botworld Adventure, it's really hard to tell, because you know, yes, you can buy stuff with gold, and I will show you. So there is gold and there are gems, and you know, when it comes to gold, it's really powerful because you can buy almost everything with gold. So maybe not everything, right? But like everything you really need, you can buy with gold. However, if you choose to, you can increase significantly the speed of your progression, especially with the fact that you can buy not only these boosters, but don't worry about this, you can get all of that yourself as well, and it won't be even that long. However, you can buy gold with gems, and I must say, as I said, gold is very powerful because you can buy scrap that you need, you know, to upgrade your bots. So if you really spend a lot, you could easily boost yourself very fast. So it's hard to tell. Yes, you can pay to win in this game, but because the game isn't really an MMO and you don't really compete against other players, there is arena, but to be fair, it goes up to 5000 rating when it comes to rewards, and then it stops. And to get 5000 rating, you only need like level 20 bots, which is, you can get them very fast without spending at all. So you don't really compete against other players, so it's hard to tell if it's pay to win or not. And you can see I have a lot of gems because I am a part of a content creator program for the game. I applied to it, and developers give me out the gems as a form of gift, you know. And I've used like 100 or 200 of them for gold when I wanted to make some video about upgrading stuff. And outside of that, I haven't ever used them outside of buying season pass, because there are season passes. However, season passes in this game are very cheap, I must say. So actually the current season pass in the game, as the game releases, gives you for free. The top one is paid, the bottom is for you, gives you 100 gems, and you can also drop gems from chests from danger zones and arena, and the mayoral membership costs 170 gems, so you can easily buy season pass without spending at all in this case. I could say much more about the game, I just wanted to shortly describe it to you if you haven't ever played. And well, now is the time for my opinion on it. Was it worth my time? Did I have fun? Well, I must say yes. I love games that let you pace in your own way. And you know, I've played other mobile games and I hated the fact that there was so much to do every day that it felt like a chore at some point. Botworld Adventure doesn't really force you into playing it every day. I often didn't play it at all for a day or two as I was progressing the game. That's why it took me a little longer, so about 3 months to complete the storyline and like, let's say, beat the game. Meanwhile, some other guy in comments told me that he finished the game in like a month. It really depends on what pace you like, and the game doesn't force you into a single pace. You don't even have to do arenas every day, because the reward is a green big chest, and I must say this green big chest is fine to have, but you don't feel, if you don't get it daily, you don't feel like you've lost anything really, because the rewards aren't that crazy. However, many games do that, so the activities give you some exclusive, very powerful rewards. I absolutely hate being forced into playing the game because I feel like I'm missing out on some exclusive stuff if I don't, so that's why I liked Botworld Adventure, because I could really pace myself. When it comes to energy system, it also supports that. One run can easily take up to half an hour, and this costs only 1 repair oil, you can see there. However, the repair oil also recharges half an hour, so if you do really long runs, you can play the game without stopping for like an entire day almost, or you know, you can play most of the day. I don't really feel there is some energy system in the game. For me personally, I think, well, it could as well be, you know, removed. I'm afraid some people, you would find some people that would play like for entire days, you know, without stopping, and they would just absolutely boost through the game, right? So still, it's something against that style of playing, I would say. So really it feels like there is no energy system, and that's what I've said. The game really supports you pacing your gameplay as you want, because it doesn't make you feel like you're losing if you're not playing daily, and at the same time, if you want to play a lot, you can do that as well. Another thing that I love is that the game doesn't force you into PvP. A lot of games make PvP the most important part of the game, and you know, not everyone likes PvP. Like, if you like competing, you probably won't like Botworld Adventure overall, because it feels more like a single player open world experience more than some online mobile game. So it's good that PvP isn't forced down your throat, you know, and you can completely ignore it. Like, yeah, it's good to get that 5000 rating, but as I've said, it's really easy once you get some specific stuff I can tell you about in another video on how to get 5000 arena rating. I've done one like that already, but I could do another one which will be more clear. And yeah, as I've said, PvP isn't important in the game, and I like this. I've told you I will be saying my opinion on the game, and that's my opinion, which I know for certain for a lot of people it will be a big disadvantage that the game doesn't have a huge PvP. Yeah, for me it's a plus. I also like the fact that the bots are somewhat well balanced, and it's sometimes really hard to tell which bots you should use and what team comp you should make. And there are quite a plenty of bots, and you know, even common ones are viable, like I'm using Yankee, because of some boosters that I've used. So yeah, there is a lot of space to customize your loadout and stuff, because you know, there is also this AI which makes you personalize each bot, and you can really give them different perks and power-ups, and there's a lot of customization in the game, and I feel like it's a big part of why it feels good to play, because you can really experiment and bring up your own strategies. But at the same time, there is a plenty of guides on how to do stuff, and I do them as well. So if you don't want to think a lot, you can just watch them and have a fun time, because there are some really powerful combos in the game that somewhat trivialize it, but at the same time I think it's fine, because you know, players who don't want to spend, you know, a lot of time thinking about combos and different playstyles, they don't have to do that. They just can do some meta build that will just perform great and give them a fun time with the game. Okay, so I was saying all the time about the positives, but what about the negatives? Well, for me personally, there aren't many. However, yes, different players voice their opinions, and I would like to bring their voices to this video as well. So a lot of people complain that the game feels so slow after level 20, to the point it's boring. Well, I disagree with that, and I will do another video on that. However, at the same time, I understand them, because the difference in pacing between level like 20 and 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's so big that, yeah, it's noticeable. However, I'm fine with that, because I wouldn't want all my bots to be level 25 in like a week, because what would I do after that? I would have to just drop the game and wait for some update, or farm scrap pointlessly in preparation for the next update. I wouldn't like to do that, you know. I like having some goal I can reach eventually, but it is far away, you know? It's like hitting level 100 in Diablo 2. Like you don't really need to even do that because, you know, it doesn't give you that much power. And it's a similar case here. Like I feel already like all the content the game gives me, it's pretty easy. And I only have level 22 bots, level 21 bots. So yeah, you don't really need that level 25. I'm not sure why is that the people are so hurt by this. Even though I personally disagree, I want to tell you that maybe you will be part of that. Maybe you won't find that so fun. I've been talking about pay to win. Yeah, so there is like there is pay to win, but isn't at the same time. But still, you can buy stuff that will significantly boost your progression with money. So technically, it's pay to win. For me, it doesn't really affect me, and I don't mind that much because the game isn't competitive. So it's like whatever. If someone wants to pay to have like level 25 bots in a week, they probably could do that, I guess. Yeah, that's possible. But like, why would I care? I'm playing the game for myself to have fun, you know? And because I don't meet that person in arena, I will, but I will still defeat that person in arena despite of that person having level 25 bots anyway. So like, I don't care that much, you know? It doesn't affect me really. And if it helps to grow the game, you know, that slight pay to win aspect, well, that's fine for me. But I just say that for some people it might be, you know, some people are just like, no pay to win, I won't play a game which has any pay to win in it, and that's period. Just no talk, no further talk. And I understand that, and it's fine. I just want to tell you that it's the case here. There is some slight pay to win, and maybe you don't like that. Finally, the last con of the game could be the fact that it's somewhat short. So as I said, one of my viewers told me that he finished the storyline in like a month. So I would advise you to not rush maybe the game, because then you will have a good time, new updates will come in time, and you will have like a steady search of new content to enjoy as you progress, you know? As of now, yeah, for players who started playing before the official release, the game might be a bit too short, but I think it's not an issue for new players really. Okay guys, so to sum up everything, I really think that the game is very polished, and it's not only my opinion. I think it has huge potential, but there might be some need for online feature like playing together in order to make it very big, because you know it's not a completely offline game, it's not a completely single player, but it's mostly single player, and single player games aren't very big overall in the gaming world. You need that online aspect to really make the game popular. And I hope it will arrive and it won't be some heavy PvP that requires you to pay to win. That will be horrible. I hope developers will think of something. But yeah, still, even without online features, I think the game is worth your time. It's absolutely doable without any spending, and it's a very fun experience. If you like Pokemon, if you like auto battlers, you will have a blast, I believe. Community is great. There are many YouTubers outside of me that also record videos, and they make guides and so on, and you can visit the game's Discord in order to get help as well. As of now, I would rate the game like maybe 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, I'm not sure. Different aspects I would rate differently. For example, like world building and the setting is like 10 out of 10 for me. It's really great. The atmosphere in the game is crazy good, and the art style really supports it. It looks like it feels, but the game has so much potential that you can easily get from that 8 score to like 9 out of 10 game, like really good one. And I'm waiting for that, and I hope for the best, because what can I else do? When it comes to my YouTube channel, you can expect a lot of videos from Botworld, because I have so many ideas on videos. So you can really expect a video almost daily. I will take breaks like in weekends. Otherwise, I will try to record videos daily. I have so many ideas and so many stuff to record that you will enjoy a stream of really good clips. to see from Botworld, and you can also browse my channel for stuff that I've already done and that still helps new players, like tips for beginners and so on. Okay guys, I hope I helped you, and this would be it. See you in the Botworld. Hope you will enjoy the game.